Alright, well, on my last video, I wasn't quite expecting the response I got. I expected some of it because I always get it, but I really didn't understand until now what was going on. Let's go over and look at this comment here.
Children around the globe demanding action for climate change. What's your message to world leaders today?
Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones.
Now, as you see, this commenter is very upset with me for not agreeing that it's all over, that things are hopeless, that there's no hope and no fix for anything. And it's me who's being the stupid one for not going along with the doomers and the gloomers and just sit back in the chair and do nothing. Just eat whatever you want, drink whatever you want, just have a good time until the end, huh? Is that right? Well, that was never the purpose of this channel. It was never to give information for people to just gloom and doom about. That's not what the channel was ever intended for. It was intended to get people motivated to do something. Every time I listen to Greta, I'm impressed. I was watching Environmental Coffee House the other day and for that great speech she gave, and it just inspires me to keep going.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
I was ready to quit. I said, I'm not getting anywhere with this channel. All I'm doing is festering doomers, and there's just, what good is that? I want to do the opposite. I want to get people motivated to fight and push on until the very last moment. So if you're going to drive your car into a cliff, you fight the steering wheel all the way until impact. That's how I look at things. I don't give up. I'm not some wimpy giver-upper who looks at things that are bad and just says, nah, can't be fixed. The reason is because I was in construction for so long. I fix things that I never thought could be fixed. And I've seen the science. I've seen what humans can do. Look at what humans can do. It's absolutely amazing. So why can't we fix this? The only reason we can't is because of the doomosphere. So from now on, this channel's changing. No more doomus anything. I'm sick of it. I've had enough. Let's go over to the board and get the latest news and what we can do about it. Because that's what every one of my videos will be about, is fixing things, not doomifying it.
For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear. How dare you continue to look away and come here saying that you're doing enough when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight. You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency. But no matter how sad and angry I am, I do not want to believe that. Because if you really understood the situation and still kept on failing to act, then you would be evil, and that I refuse to believe.
So, here's some good news about the environment and what is happening. A U.S. federal court upheld a lower court that said that a lawsuit brought by the largest fishing industries against Obama's decision to designate the Northern Canyon and Seamount Marine National Monument is now protected because of Obama. Of course, the Orange wanted to get rid of that protection and let the entire canyon be denuded of any life forms for a little bit of money. So, that's good news, and that's the way we're going to do it. No more doomus anything. We have a win. This is the win. This is how we have to do it. Piece by piece, bit by bit. And we fight not against it, but we fight with it. Let me give you another example right here. The Orange Man here in the U.S. okays more pig crap in your pork. In other words, this scheme is dangerous. If this goes through, If you eat meat, pork especially, there will no longer be federal agents poking at the carcass and making sure there's no rot spots or infections or anything like that. Instead, all the federal agents, all 160 of them in these plants, will be removed, and there'll only be 4 left who will stand at a distance and watch other employees of the company inspect the carcasses. They will have limited ability to stop production. They may be able to remove one carcass here and there, but meat eaters, this couldn't be better news for you. You know why? Because now you have every reason to stop eating pork. That's the pig. Don't eat pork. That's bacon. That's any kind of pork at all. Don't do it, because you have a good chance that the same thing will happen to you that happened to Boeing when they started policing their own assembly line, and you end up crashing 2 jets, killing 600 and some odd people. Well, this is going to have the exact same effect. If you eat pork and this bill goes through, it's just a matter of time.
The popular idea of cutting our emissions in half in 10 years only gives us a 50% chance of staying below 1.5 degrees and the risk of setting off irreversible chain reactions beyond human control. 50% may be acceptable to you, but those numbers do not include tipping points, most feedback loops, additional warming hidden by toxic air pollution, or the aspects of equity and climate justice. They also rely on my generation sucking hundreds of billions of tons.
So it's not necessarily that I'm mad at the doomers for commenting here, because I did invite everyone to comment, including the doomers. But it really bums me out when they're the majority on the channel. You know, this channel is about fixing things. So now we have 2 good news items where we are making progress. The other side is making more progress. The doomospheres. We need to fight all this and no longer support any kind of doomospheering stuff. I'm done with it. There's so many channels talking about the doomosphere and all. I won't be doing it. You can comment all you want, but you won't get any more doomos news from me. So, I appreciate your ups and downs and new subscribers, and I understand the unsubscribing. If you're a doomer, I can understand that. We'll see you later. Until next time.
Hidden by toxic air pollution or the aspects of equity and climate justice. They also rely on my generation sucking hundreds of billions of tons of your CO2 out of the air with technologies that barely exist. So a 50% risk is simply not acceptable to us, we who have to live with the consequences. To have a 67% chance of staying below a 1.5 degrees of global temperature rise, the best odds given by the IPCC, the world had 420 gigatons of CO2 left to emit back on January 1st, 2018. Today that figure is already down to less than 350 gigatons. How dare you pretend that this can be solved with just business as usual and some technical solutions? With today's emissions levels, that remaining CO2 budget will be entirely gone within less than 8.5 years. There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with these figures here today, because these numbers are too uncomfortable and you are still not mature enough to tell it like it is. You are failing us, but the young people are starting to understand your betrayal. The eyes of all future generations are upon you. And if you choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you. We will not let you get away with this. Right here, right now is where we draw the line. The world is waking up and change is coming whether you like it or not. Thank you.